Ladies and gentlemen, we're certainly glad to be here tonight.
Welcome to the Moon Men Podcast.
Don't be afraid.
Little escapade of mine involving a couple of planets which shall be nameless.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What part of the body dies last?
The hair.
The pupils. They dilate.
What?
You don't get it?
No.
They dilate.
They die. But why is that last?
Dilate.
Dilate. Okay. They're dying late.
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
But technically, it's like the hair, right?
If you want to get technical, yes, it's the hair.
Okay.
But-
This looks
but-
fucking stupid. right
But just for the joke, it's the pupils.
I have to take a picture of you from my perspective.
Why? Because
you're sitting there with fucking glasses.
Yeah, because the fucking sun's in my face.
You look like that one guy.
Why do you think I wanted to record in the living room last time?
That's why?
It's-
You said it was too hot.
Don't you feel it's hot in here?
No, it feels fine.
Really?
Great, even.
I'm sweating.
Have you heard about cheesing?
Cheesing?
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it.
No, but I've heard about soaking.
Soaking. What's soaking?
Let's go with cheesing and then I'll go with soaking.
Okay, so I'm calling it cheesing, but I don't really know if it has a technical name, so I'm naming it right now. It's where people throw cheese at people or objects.
Oh my god. They always do that shit to babies.
Yeah, oh no, wait, what? Babies?
They get a slice of cheese and then they throw on the baby's forehead.
No, I'm not talking about that. I saw a video. I think it was a YouTuber or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was some famous guy, and he was driving around in like a red McLaren, and he pulled up next to these people, and they're like, "Hey, are you so and so?" And he's all, "Yeah, they're all nice car, man." And he's all, "Thank you." And then the guy came out of nowhere, busted out a single square of cheese, and threw it on his car, and it landed perfect. It went quick, and it stuck to the side of the window. And then he looks, he's all, "Dude, what the fuck?" And right before he could finish his sentence, they throw another piece of cheese and another piece of cheese. And so then he gets mad and he takes the red.
So that's the new prank.
And he was driving off with cheese on his fucking McLaren. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever because
you
it's
high?
such, no, it's maybe, but I don't think I was. It's just the funniest, most innocent prank you could pull on somebody. Because if you egg somebody's house, they have to clean it. It's going to take like a couple minutes, maybe an hour, depending on how bad you egg it, right? If you egg somebody's car, like, come on. But if you're throwing cheese, all they got to do is take off the cheese, especially if it's like still semi-cold and it sticks to shit.
It'll suck if it's like
If it's melty cheese.
Melty cheese, yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Don't do melty cheese. But if you guys are going to prank somebody, use some cold cheese. I just think it's so funny because you could go get a pack of like 30 at the store for $2-3, right? Some cheap ass cheese. Drive around town and just start cheesing people. And then what are they gonna do? They're gonna call the cops and be like, "He's throwing cheese at me. He cheesed me." I just think it's so fucking funny. And I've been thinking about that randomly throughout the last couple of days.
And you want to do it?
I want to do it. I want to just like next time one of our friends is in town, you know, like Tyler or Alfred, or next time we see somebody we know, I just want to.
Well, you just said on the podcast they're gonna be expecting.
Nah, they're not gonna expect it.
Tyler
They'll
doesn't
forget.
listen to it. Let's just do it to Tyler. Tyler doesn't listen.
Tyler don't listen to it.
He doesn't listen to it.
My voice just died.
Yeah,
there.
it just went like.
He doesn't listen. I thought he did.
No.
The fuck, Tyler?
Remember that one time we said, Tyler, if you're listening to us, message us. He never did.
That's true, but we told Jose to message us like 2 episodes ago, and he never did.
Which Jose?
Guzman.
We did.
Yeah.
When?
We were talking about how tall he was, and then you said he was like 6 foot, and I said he's like 5'10", and then I was like, message us, tell us who's right.
I was talking about the other Jose.
I was talking about Guzman.
I was talking about the other Jose.
You mean Mendy?
Yeah.
Just say Mendy.
He doesn't like that name. That's
I
why.
know he doesn't like it, but we're not calling him Mendy, you know, to his face. It's fine. That's how we refer to him, you know? We refer to Bork
Yes,
as Bork.
I was talking about him.
Oh, I was talking about Guzman.
Oh, damn. Oh, no. Guzman is like as tall as us.
Is he? I thought he was
Yeah.
taller.
He's as tall as us.
Jose Guzman. Message us. Tell us how tall you are. We have a fucking streak. You could send me this like tomorrow. So fucking message me. I'm gonna be waiting. Anyways.
How's he gonna listen to it? It comes out next week.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. I'm talking in next week terms.
Oh.
So this Thursday, Jose, tomorrow, Thursday, fucking message me and tell me how tall you are, because I thought you were like 5'11". What is he, like 5'8"?
He's like 5'8", 5'7". He's like our height. I keep
could have
telling you.
swore he was taller than that.
Want to introduce
Wait, what the hell was the other thing you were talking
That's
about?
why, because we're already 5 minutes in, and my soaking is gonna be give you a weird reaction.
Okay.
So I'd rather you introduce the show and then I tell you what soaking is.
Okay. Welcome back to the Moon Man Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Devin. This is your co-host, Eddie. If this is your first time listening to us, welcome. We enjoy having you here. The rest of you, we already know you fuckheads. Thanks for coming back. What the fuck is soaking?
Soaking? So...
Like when you take a bath with bubbles?
No, you wish it's that. So...
Oh, God. Is this something with cum? I feel like it's got to do with cum.
Sort of. So,
oh, no.
There's a school. It's like some Christian or Catholic school, right? And you know, part of Mormon too. Part of the religion is they can't have premarital sex, right?
Yeah.
So they decide to have these loopholes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay,
go ahead. I'm trying to guess ahead of time, but just tell it.
They have these loopholes. And it might be from Family Guy where I heard this. I can't remember. So instead of having premarital sex, they just fuck the ear.
Oh! What?
Yeah.
There's so many more things you could do before you fucking ear. Because there's no specification, at least in the Bible, when it comes to premarital sex. So they don't like restrict you from oral sex technically, but a lot of Christians would consider that like wrong. Mm-hmm. But I would much prefer to risk oral sex before I let anybody stick a dick in my ear. Like if I was a girl, no dick's going in my ear.
Like I said, it might have been like from Family Guy. It might have been from something, but it randomly popped up in my head.
Wasn't that something like on American Dad too, where they were like rubbing frogs against their ear?
It was something like that.
Might have been Simpsons. There was some weird ass. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I would much rather do like anal before I even touch the ear. That's just weird.
Have you heard of the monkey?
No, I haven't.
No, so me and my coworker last night were talking about like these weird masturbation techniques. And I think I've said on the podcast that you could stick two pieces of meat together between the mattress and the box spring and then just go ham.
Yeah.
Did I ever say that?
Yeah.
And then the stranger where you sit on your hand for like 10 to 15 minutes till it gets numb and then you just start jerking it.
Yeah, my dad's always talking about that one.
Yeah. So he told me about a new one where it's called the monkey, and it's basically you're hanging from a bar.
Oh God!
You're hanging from a bar.
I don't like where this is going.
And then you put Vaseline on your foot, and then you just
why?
and then you just kind of give yourself a foot job.
This is like that middle school, elementary school shit where you just try to come up with like the weirdest sex positions and masturbate.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the Alaskan dildo?
Remind me. That name does sound familiar, but remind me of
where
it.
Somebody takes a shit in a condom and then they freeze it in the snow and then they use the shit condom as a dildo. Like, that's fucking wild. Or hot wings. Do you know what hot wings are?
No.
You could probably use your imagination.
I don't want to.
You want me to tell you then?
Yes.
So hot wings is when you eat a girl out while she's on her period, and then afterwards it looks like you had hot wings.
Oh my God. Dude.
Do you know what African goggles is?
Yes, I was gonna bring that one up.
I've never personally put African goggles on anybody, but that's just disgusting. Like, how could you even, like, out of all the ways to do it, you know? God, what the fuck is wrong with people?
We have to explain what the African goggles are.
I don't know if I want to.
Me neither.
Okay, for those of you that aren't in the know, you lucky sons of bitches, I'm very sorry for what I'm about to tell you. But the African goggle is when a girl is giving oral sex to a guy or a guy, a guy is receiving oral sex, right? But instead of sucking dick like the normal way, the person who's doing it is sucking dick laying down. How are they facing?
Laying down and
Okay, so imagine somebody's laying down on a bed, right? And their head is pointed towards you and their feet are pointed towards the wall. You come over and you stick your dick in their mouth while they're laying down, and your balls
are on their eyes.
are resting on their eyes, and that's why it's called African goggles. I'm very sorry if you didn't know that. I did not mean to ruin your life.
And if you want to try out the monkey or the stranger or the meat technique, go ahead.
That's disgusting. That's just weird. It's like that thing from Big Mouth where they
I've never seen that show. That show's weird.
It is just really fun. I had to stop watching it after they started.
It's like a fever show. Like
it's a fever dream show. It's like the shit that you dream and then you don't want to tell people, and they turned it into a show. There's scenes in there where they have talking vaginas singing to each other, and they have this whole the I think it was season 2 or 3, but there was a scene that made me stop watching the show where a bunch of naked old ladies started to sing, and they had like a whole fucking show. They had curtains and they were flying like on swings, and it was just, you could see everything, and I was like, this is too much. I don't want to watch this. This makes me uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable when the 13-year-old was talking to her vagina and using a mirror, and the vagina was talking back.
Oh, it's weird.
And it was like, hey girl, hey.
Didn't they cancel that show?
I don't know.
I hope they did.
I hope they did.
I hope they burn it in hell.
The coolest part about it was probably the hormone monsters. But aside from that, it's like just weird.
The intro girl kept talking about the
hormone. Intro girl is fucking weird. Okay, we already know that. Shout out intro girl.
Yeah, whatever. So when I was listening to the episode last week about our top 5 songs, I'm gonna substitute one of the songs.
You're bringing this back up?
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like you're gonna give me backlash for it because I didn't think of it before. I didn't think of the song while I was making the list. And so my number 2 being Tennessee Whiskey, I'm gonna put Blinding Lights in that position.
Blinding Lights?
By The Weeknd.
No.
Yes.
What?
It's broken a lot of records. It's gonna be one of those iconic songs.
I don't know.
It's gonna be one of those iconic pop songs.
It might stick out from like the 2000s pop scene, but I don't think it like stands up as a song.
It's more like 2020s.
Yeah, 2010s. I don't know why I said 2000s.
No, it's 2020s.
When did it come out?
2020, like 2021 or 2020. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
It's broken a lot of records.
That's just because it's The Weeknd. Like Drake is breaking records with all his new releases, but nobody's gonna sit here and defend.
That's
honestly,
true.
Never mind. Or Scorpion.
That's true. But still, it's a good song.
I don't think so.
It's a decent. It's catchy.
No, there's definitely catchier songs that have come out, especially in the recent years. Way more than that.
If you're gonna say a Doja Cat song, I'm gonna kick you out.
Dude,
of my house.
Doja Cat. You can hate on Doja Cat as much as you want, but you can't deny she makes catchy songs.
No, she doesn't.
Like she figured out a pop formula because there's like 4 or 5 songs out of Planet Her that all became like, top 10 songs.
All because of TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hate on TikTok as much as any guy, but nobody can deny that it's been instrumental in helping people develop music taste and just blowing songs up.
True.
And that's helped Doja Cat because she does actually write good songs. So does Lil Nas X. There's a lot of controversy because he's gay or whatever. Who gives a shit? The guy makes really good songs. I think we were talking about it when you're like, would you ever?
would you listen to a gay rapper?
Yeah. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I'll say it here on the show. I don't care if it makes me sound homophobic. I personally don't think I could listen to a gay rapper because I love to rap along. But if he's rapping about like all the dudes he's fucking, like how they substituted for all the girls they're fucking, I don't know if I could rap along with that as confidently. I was riding like
I was sucking his cock last night and he fucking came on me.
It reminds me of the song I showed you, the 3 Big Balls by Dig Bar, where he was talking about you're slick.
Sing it.
Okay, how does it go? 3 big guys and they bust on my eyes. They eat my ass just like apple pie. I can sing that because I kind of know it's like a joke, right? And it's kind of funny. But if there's a guy that came out and he was like serious about fucking other dudes, that's cool. I'm not hating on him for that. I don't think I could sing along. Like I could sing along to any Lil Nas song, even that one, All I Want.
That's what I want.
That's what I want. Thank you.
I love that song.
It's a good song. That's a legitimately good song, and I don't even care if he's talking about a guy. Like that's a good ass song. But if there's a guy coming in talking about hardcore fucking another man in the ass, I was riding his dick and he was sucking my shit. Like I don't know if I could.
I mean,
unless the beat is really fucking good or the wordplay is really clever. I don't know. Like just thinking about it.
Do you sing along when I was gonna say normal rapper, when a straight rapper says I fucked her good last night?
Even then, like but then like I'm weird because I'll sing along to like Doja Cat songs where she's talking about
my neck,
having
my
sex
back,
with no, I don't sing
pussy.
that.
Oh.
I'll sing the Young Gravy version,
which is
I got your mama on my sack. He steals that flow in Gravy Train. Yeah, that's the song. He steals it in Gravy Train, and then he substitutes the words. And he's all my neck, my back, got your mama on my sack, my whips, whatever. I could sing that. That's funny. And I could sing even along to like Doja Cat or Camila Cabello. Like I could sing along to those songs. I don't know if I could sing along to a gay rapper who's like hardcore gay. Like I'll support him, sure. I'll listen to the music if it's good. I don't know if I'd sing along to it. Like, think about it. Legitimately think about it.
Even if it was a straight rapper and they said I fucked her good, I don't think I could sing that.
But nobody really is that hardcore, and I don't think anybody wants that kind of hardcore song. Like anybody talking about sex like to that degree and talking about it and that's coming from me. That's all we fucking talk about.
Don't these young new rappers sing like that or rap like that?
No, like some of the guys that I'm listening to, like Contrast, they're rapping about how they're players and they could get any guy or girl they want. Maybe a guy, I don't know. But they're talking about how they could get any girl they want and they don't have feelings, but I hardly ever hear any of them like... Well, no, there was one. I was going to send it to you, but it was too extreme for you. The chorus is suck my dick, little bitch, or I'll come and slit your throat. That one's a really good song.
Scar-Lord fucking verse is that?
It's not Scar-Lord. It's a new guy. The fuck is it called? Let me look it up.
NBA Youngboy?
No. It's part of Scar-Lord's group. You know that whole rage rap thing? I don't even know. Right here. It's called Demon to Ghost by Favel. They always fucking change the letters in their names. Like, look at this guy. Sompra? You know who I'm talking about?
I think so.
Cordell, Cord Hell, Corpse, One and Only, Thanks So Much, Jaisea, like all those guys. And this one, Demon to Ghost. The chorus is suck my dick, little bitch, or I'll come and slit your throat.
Where do you listen to? How do you find these songs?
I just experiment. I just listen to everything. I really love that genre. Like I found Borges actually showed me Scar-Lord in 2017, and then I kind of followed some of the artists that he collaborated with. And then I found Jaisea. You know, X was in that lane.
Isn't Jaisea X?
No, that's Jase.
Oh.
Jaisea is an artist like X. You know, X's SoundCloud phase where he was like really screaming and rapping a lot. Mm-hmm. And he turned that into its own genre of music, essentially. Him and Scar-Lord and even Corpse now. So I listen to a lot of their songs, especially when I'm working out. But that song threw me off. But I'm not gonna lie, like when it comes on in the gym, I'm over here singing. I'm all suck my dick, little. You know, I'm.
Actually, there are rappers, but they're not mainstream. Because one of my coworkers was. What did he say the other day? He was like,
"You look so fucking cool right now." You're like all crossed hand. But sorry, go ahead.
Fuck, he was saying like he was rapping, and he said something along the lines of, "I made that bitch come last night." And I can't remember, but there's rappers like that. We just have to find them.
I personally don't listen to it. Like even a WAP, right? That song is just a little WAP, whatever it is. It's just a little too
vulgar,
I guess. I like my music to have some class.
Me-
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if somebody throws it on in the car, like, I might move my head to it a little bit. I might sing a line or two, but I'm not bumping that.
Those type of songs you can only you can only sing along in the clubs.
It's got to be a specific situation because I'm not throwing that on my drive home from work, you know? Like, that's not the song I'm listening to. I'll throw on some, like, lo-fi rap or something. I'm not going to throw on that. Like, there's so many more songs I'd rather listen to than that. Even Digbar, the guy I was talking about earlier, his, like, meme sucking dick songs are funny, but I'm not going to listen to them all the time, you know?
When growing up, you went through that Minecraft phase where you watched all the Minecraft YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to the Minecraft parody songs?
Of course I did. Why are you even coming at me? I knew all of them by heart.
My favorite one was Sky Does Minecraft when he remixed Paradise.
Okay, get out.
That's my favorite one.
Go. Everybody knows that the best Minecraft song of all time is the Captain Sparkles one. The I forgot what it's actually titled, but it's The Day I Ruled the World. I used to rule the world. That one.
Oh yeah.
That's probably the best Minecraft, and it's got an emotional music video too. Because then you're watching the king fall off his castle, and he's walking through remembering. It's just like
isn't that Sky Does Minecraft?
No, that's Captain Sparkles, and I think he had Sky Does Minecraft sing.
Have you noticed that all these Minecraft YouTubers have become like
Fortnite players?
No, pedophiles.
Really? Who?
Remember Basherverse?
No.
No?
No.
Well, he was part of that crew. He was part of the Sky Does Minecraft crew.
Well, okay, to be completely honest with you, I didn't watch Sky Does Minecraft. I didn't watch that one guy, MMO something. I watched, like, Beijing Canadian.
No, but he hung out with them. Beijing Canadian, ASF Jerome.
Yeah, I watched I didn't watch ASF Jerome. His
No,
content sucked.
but they're, like, in the same group, right?
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case, there's this guy, his name was Basherverse, and he was either a pedophile or a sex offender. Either way, he did stuff with the underage girl, and
Well, I mean, it's weird, but when you think about it, like, their entire shtick is playing kids' video games and making content for kids and interacting with kids. So it's like we could have seen it coming.
yeah, well, he wasn't the only one, but that's the only one I could remember because I was a fan of his.
Oh man,
And
that could have been me. Like when we found out that one teacher of ours.
oh yeah.
I don't want to go too much into that because
Yeah.
I'd rather not. But when I found out, I was like, do you know how many times he asked me to stay after class?
And you were small?
I was small. Do you know how many times he would come up to me, put his hand on my shoulder, and be like, I want to talk to you? And I'm like, okay. And I thought he was the coolest person ever. Then we found out, and I was like, oh, that was a missed bullet. That was a close one. Oh man.
Well, whatever the case, this guy his life went to shit, and then he died in 2020 from COVID, and everyone was celebrating. Like
what?
Like Keemstar, I think he was celebrating.
Keemstar's a fucking asshole though. Nobody likes Keemstar.
He's a.
I
dick.
just like I can understand, you know, if somebody does something as bad as child pedophilia, like that. Do I even have to say child? Just pedophilia. Yeah. If somebody is a pedophile and they're a convicted pedophile and they have evidence, like that sucks. But I would never celebrate anybody's death like that.
Not even Hitler.
No. I'm gonna sound like Kanye, but
I think we should cut that part out.
no,
No, cut that part out.
I'm not gonna
cut it out, Devin. Just cut it out.
Dude, regardless of how evil somebody is or the things that they did in their life, I can never celebrate the passing of a human being. You know, just like I would never be like, "Yay, they're dead." That's just fucked up. Regardless if it's Hitler or fucking I don't know, Doja Cat. Couldn't think of a name. It's just he did some horrible things. Sure, he was convicted. Sure, I'm not denying that. I'm not defending him. But to celebrate his death, that's just fucked up. Because like, okay, what if you made a mistake, right? Let's say not even child pedophilia. Why do I keep saying child? Not even something as extreme as pedophilia. Let's just say you robbed a store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you became a villain to everybody, especially in our social media age. And then you died because of COVID. Your family was upset or whatever. And then they go online and they look and everybody's just celebrating how you died.
No, but I mean, that's different.
But I know,
Everyone
but it's the
knows
same
that-
principle to me. Like, I know he did horrible things, right? He was a convicted pedophile. He hurt children, but that doesn't mean I'm going to celebrate his downfall. You know, I can just accept it and be like, well, I guess that's poetic justice. I don't fucking know. But I'm not going to sit here and celebrate it. That's just fucked up. Right? I mean, like, am I fucked up for saying that?
I mean, everyone has their opinion. I think you're fucked up for saying that, but I also think that people who do that shit deserve to die. They deserve to.
Yo, for sure. Yeah, they deserve whatever penalty befalls them. But that doesn't mean I'm going to celebrate the penalty.
No, I'm not gonna celebrate either. But if they die, cool.
Cool.
But I'm not gonna be like, let's go fucking party.
Like, if I ever murdered somebody, right?
Mhm.
And I was convicted, I was charged, I would accept whatever punishment they gave me because, you know, I murdered somebody, I took a life away, whatever. If people started celebrating my death, I would be a little hurt, you know? I'm like, I killed a guy, sure, but like, do you guys really have to go to this extent? You know, who cares if he was a senator or whatever? Like, I don't know. That it sounds fucked up.
In your mind, I know what you mean. In your mind, it sounds logical, and once you say
I'm
it,
aware of how it sounds. I want to put that out there. I know how this sounds. I just think it's fucked up to celebrate anybody's death, and especially to like go online and be like, "I'm so glad he's dead." That's just fucked up. Nobody deserves that.
except Hitler. Come on,
I don't.
3 million Jews,
6 million.
6 million gone. Come on.
So, did you Thanos snap them away? What the fuck was that? You're gone.
I wonder if it picked up.
Oh, it picked up. But I mean, Hitler got what he deserved, and let's just leave it at that. I'm not gonna celebrate it. I'm not gonna be sad over it. I'm leaving it at that. It's not my place to have any sort of feeling or opinion on that matter. You know, I wasn't involved. I wasn't around. Nobody I know was involved. I have no personal stakes in this. But even if I did, I don't think I could ever celebrate the death of another human. You know? Like, in a sense, like, if somebody murdered somebody I was close to, right? I would want to see them get the justice that they deserve. But if they died, you know, especially in, like, a horrible way like COVID, I wouldn't be like, fuck yeah, I'm so glad that fucking person died. Even if he did kill somebody close to me, that's just fucked up. It's called having compassion, people, all right? To an extent. Sometimes you got to be the bigger person. I would never celebrate the death of anybody. That's just fucked up. I don't know. That's me. Moving on. Like, would you do that?
It depends on who the person is and what they did.
I mean, I guess you're entitled to do it however you want. Personally, I just couldn't. And I just think it's disrespectful in a sense. Because they're already gone. You don't need to celebrate. Don't disrespect the dead. It's been around for hundreds of years, you know? Why? The monkey.
No, you idiot.
What?
Who is he?
He's the good luck charm.
No, who is he?
Harambe?
No, who is he?
Sasquatch?
You're getting warmer.
Bigfoot?
Yeah, remember when we were going to talk about him?
No, we were supposed to do that last episode. Who gives a shit anymore?
I wrote it down just in case.
Do you have any specific Sasquatch cases you want to?
I don't know.
Like,
you
okay,
said you wanted to talk about it.
I do want to talk about it,
but we have nothing to talk about.
I gotta go do research. I didn't plan for a Bigfoot episode. We can talk about him next time. I don't fucking know. Bigfoot's always gonna be around. I love Bigfoot. Bigfoot will come back up.
Do you think Bigfoot could speak English?
I bet he has the ability to speak. You know, like dolphins are smart enough to understand humans and communicate. And if they had the ability to speak, we would be able to speak with them. And people have been trying to find a way to do that. Which actually leads perfect into my next subject. I was going to ask you a completely different question, but whatever. Did you know? Okay, you've probably seen this online. I'm sure a lot of you have too. Where people have been buying this invention for their dogs that allows them to communicate.
Oh, yeah, and it has the buttons on the ground.
Yeah. So you could train your dog to say, like, I want to go outside, or I want food, or stuff like that, right? So this girl bought it, and I don't know if they're preset like this or if she designed it like this. I have no idea, but my mom showed me this the other day. This girl had this intricate layout in her living room with, like, maybe, I want to say, like, 40 buttons. And the dog was sitting there, and she was talking with the dog, right? And me and my mom both equally got freaked out when the dog started to have an existential crisis. So he was communicating with his owner, right? And she was showing videos. He's like, oh, you're home now. You're home, right? She's like, yeah, I'm home. And he's all food, because he was hungry. Then in the next clip, it goes from a dog asking for food to a dog questioning why he's a dog. So this is where it gets weird. He's like has enough of a conscience to realize he's a dog and wish that he wasn't a dog. So he starts asking her, he's like, "You're human?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm human." And then he
Wait,
goes,
how the fuck? How's there a button for that?
like I said, she had over 40 buttons or something. I didn't count, but the fucking living room was all decked out with buttons. And I'm guessing that she programmed them, and then over the course of months, she's been training her dog to use them, right? So they were having a conversation. That's just a weird sentence. A human and a dog are having a conversation. And he's asking her, he's like, "You're human, right?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm summarizing because I'm not going to translate human, yes, blah, 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 whatever. He's asking her, "You're human?" And she's like, "Yes." And then he goes, "And I'm a dog?" And she goes, "Yes." And he goes, "I want to be a human. I don't want to be a dog." And then she goes, "But you're a dog. You can't be a human." And he goes, "I want to be a human." And then he turns around and lays on the floor like he's sad. And like people were commenting, they're all, "Oh, the poor dog, blah, blah, blah. He just wants to be human." I'm over here like, what the fuck? This dog is smart enough to understand that he's a dog and wishes to be human.
And I'm over here questioning how intelligent you are. She could have just trained the fucking dog to press those buttons.
Yeah, well,
and then at the end, just train the dog to lay down.
That's true. That's very true. You know, it's good to be skeptical. Personally, it freaked me the fuck out, and I haven't been looking at my dogs the same. Because, like, one of my dogs is smart. The other one is just stupid. She's just stupid. But my dog Cooper, he's extremely smart, and sometimes like he'll look at me, and I'm like, "What is he thinking? Like, is he judging me?" Like, because now I know they have the ability to judge. At least I'm assuming they do. And I'm like, "This motherfucker's judging. Well, you don't like my clothes? What?" Like he's really smart, and so I don't doubt for a second that this person managed to get their dog to like speak some of their thoughts. I'll have to find the video. Maybe I'll link it in the episode notes, but it just tripped me out. My mom was all freaked out too. She didn't touch the dogs for the rest of the day. But like, isn't that fucking weird?
I mean, no, because I believe that she just trained the dog to do it.
I'm sure that's a possibility, but
if that dog was actually expressing his feelings, that's pretty freaky.
That's like, you know, the whole AI thing. We're just briefly covering it. We're not going to go on the whole thing, trust me. But like,
I wanted to bring something else. But
no. We said we weren't going to do it. We said we weren't going to do it.
No, it's just something small. It's something small.
No, it's always something small.
It's something small.
We're not doing AI again. We have to. Who are we? Elon Musk?
No, we're the Moon Men.
we can't do this.
Yes.
Okay, but to summarize real quick, it's like if an artificial intelligence was to start questioning its own existence. That's what it felt like for me.
Soon enough, I feel like it's gonna
stop. You're trying to transition.
Yeah,
you're slick. You're fucking slick.
Yeah.
And so the fact that a dog is doing it, and like knowing that there are animals that are smarter than us, like penguins, fucking dolphins. You know, it just kind of trips me out because we've had this pre-established notion of how the world is for so long, and for the first time ever, really, we're starting to like have to come to terms with that and re-examine who we are as people, what makes us human. Can other things become more human? You know, it's just weird. It's weird to me. Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
AI has found the cure for cancer, and it could predict the patient survival rate and something else.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? It found an actual like cure?
Yeah.
What?
No. That's it. We're just brushing over it.
Well,
we're brushing over it. Let's go.
You can't just drop the cure for cancer and be like, all right, moving on. I thought it was gonna be a whole thing with like AI taking over the world again. We've been doing this for 31 weeks.
But we're flipping it over now. It's something good.
What the fuck? Okay, what did it predict? What did it say was the cure for cancer?
It didn't say.
It's like, I know the cure for cancer, and they're all, what is it?
Like they the article or the video said it, but I can't remember.
Was it a TikTok?
Of course it is.
You can't fucking trust a TikTok. They don't have enough information.
When it's a verified source, it is.
Is it a verified source?
It's from USA Today.
Yeah, are they a verified source?
Yes, they are.
Do you trust them?
Yes.
I
don't trust the news, but like,
I personally, I trust the news itself. I just don't trust certain sources.
then you don't trust the news.
No, like I think everybody is well aware of the fact that CNN's always been accused of being corrupt and falsified. But like the concept of the news itself is something that I really respect in general. Just because like there's people out there who are finding the truth and telling everybody, you know, and like keeping people updated. I don't know. But is USA Today like a trusted source? I haven't heard anything.
I think so. They usually say shit that maybe Fox or CNN would say.
Are those Fox? I'm not sure. CNN, I know everybody hates. I'm just not big into news. Like I kind of just go.
I think CNN, like when it comes to like presidential elections, CNN is like leaning more toward Republicans, and then Fox is leaning more towards Democrats.
Yeah, but that I would say that's fine.
No, it's bias.
I mean, to an extent, everybody has a bias, you know, and it's gonna bleed out in some way or form.
No, but like if they're trying to make the other
person bad, then that's different.
That's what I'm saying.
Leaning towards like, you know, pointing out some of the more good qualities that somebody else isn't pointing out, that's not bad.
No, that's not bad. But like during like the Biden and Trump election, CNN was trying to make Biden look bad, and then
okay, we sound like a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
We're not into politics.
Yeah,
Let's just move fucking on, okay?
No, but should we talk about the whole TikTok thing?
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
It's because it's gonna come out next week and it's gonna be old news. That's all.
Go ahead.
So, Congress is finally trying to pass a legislation. Help me out.
Fuck.
You
fucked me up.
Legislation. Thank you.
Legislation.
It's trying to pass.
Is that right?
We could have said bill. We could have just said bill.
It's a legislation.
Well, whatever. They're trying to pass. They're trying to ban TikTok from all U.S. phones.
Which is good. They're fighting the good fight.
No, they're not, because they're you think they're fighting for the right reasons, but in reality they're not. So basically, they want to ban it because they think it's a national security threat. So the CEO of TikTok came to Congress and said it's not, and then the Congress was trying to say, like there's this one congressman. He's all like, why does TikTok have to use the front camera to know where my eyes are at? And then the CEO's like, we have filters, and if you're wearing sunglasses, we have to determine where your eyes are in order to use the filter properly.
Wait, so why did they label it as a national security threat?
Because they say that TikTok is working with China to steal data from Americans. But
like our eyes have something to do with that?
No. But I'm getting to that.
Okay.
I'm trying to say that these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just trying to make a big deal out of nothing.
No, I think they should ban TikTok
because it doesn't. I know why you want it to be banned. You said it before, and it's because it's why.
You said you know why.
Yeah,
why do you want
why?
Overall, I think it's just one of the most useless, time-consuming apps that has ever been created, and more than that, we've seen direct impacts of how it We've seen direct impacts to our society as a whole. Everything from the fucking Borgs that have been blowing up to the, what was it, where they steal things?
Fuck, what is it called?
A lick or some shit?
Yeah, some shit like that.
A lick, to like just overall beauty standards. Like, I don't know how many times I get on YouTube, like just to watch videos, and all I see are people complaining about TikTok and doing video essays on TikTok.
Yeah, because that's the algorithm is.
Oh yeah, no, the algorithm
is for you.
Is for me, and it's giving me more of what I watch. But because of that, I've been able to see all these different perspectives on it, from people who love it to people who have had severe consequences in their own lives.
But even before TikTok, it's always been these stupid trends.
Yeah, no, there was always trends because of the internet itself, but TikTok has become the hub for stupidity, especially in the United States. Like, we haven't seen... Well, okay, I'm not going to say we haven't seen, but we've seen very little good translate from the app compared to all the negatives that you get from the app.
Like, what's one good?
I would say, like how we were pointing out earlier, the whole music industry. Like artists now have a chance to really build a career.
Not
on
even
the
artists, just creatives like us.
Yeah, creatives in general, artists, whether it's musicians, authors, artists like that paint, or even podcasters like us, everybody has a chance to get on there and blow up. But then you also see a lot of bad, where like, wasn't there that one TikTok star whose dad killed somebody because he was stalking her based off of all her TikToks?
I don't know.
I remember hearing something about that, where there's this like 14-year-old girl that was being stalked.
Well, whatever the case, it doesn't matter what it is. There's always gonna be bad.
I know, but at the very
and
least, they
people
should put more restrictions on it.
and
There should
people-
be more like.
They do, but people just find a way to navigate out of those restrictions.
It's
like a congressman brought up. He's like, how can you restrict kids watching TikTok, because the youngest you could be on TikTok is 8. And he said, we do. It's something called age gating, and it's basically you ask what their birthday is.
It's so fucking stupid because they do that on every app and it never works.
Exactly.
Before YouTube had the designated YouTube Kids get on there, click a video that says Spider-Man and Elsa unwrap toys or whatever, right? And then it would turn into Minecraft Roblox porn of Spider-Man and Elsa. Like, I legitimately saw that with my own eyes. I saw my brother watching it. I went over and took the remote from him.
Exactly. So you're doing something good. When if kids are lying about their age,
no, he didn't lie about his age.
No. Let me finish. When kids are lying about their age, then it's up to the parents to take that shit away from them. Like if they're on if the parents don't want the kid to be on TikTok, but they find a way to get on TikTok, it's up to the parents to get them back off.
So you're more in like the Slim Shady camp, where you're basing it off of the parenting principles of the actual parents involved.
Yes.
Well, I can definitely resonate with that, but I think we all
and then-
know.
And
that,
then if you everyone knows if nothing is good. If you do too much, it's still bad. Like if you work out too much, it's bad. If you eat healthy, it's bad. If you watch too much TikTok, it's bad. It's all about discipline.
no, for sure. But where you're talking discipline in regards to adults, I think the main issue we see with TikTok is from the youth, and it's the fact that it's unrestricted. Like, here's an example. Before porn was widely available on the internet and anybody could access it at any age, you had to be an adult to even find it. You had to go to video stores, or you had to buy magazines at the fucking,
Gas station.
And they ID'd you. They checked. Like, there was ways. It was secure, right? There was no way for you to get it. But because of the internet, porn specifically has become rampant. Everybody watches it. People are addicted to it. It's affecting people's lives. Anybody can get on it. I was able to find porn in 2 seconds when I was 7, 8 years old, right? I can access it on school computers, even though they have blockers, quote unquote blockers that never worked. And it's kind of the same for me with TikTok, because like, if you want to have TikTok as an app, that's completely fine. But there needs to be more restrictions and regulations on the actual app, because like I said already, more than anything, we're seeing a negative impact on the youth in the fact that people are getting hospitalized, killed, hurt, murdered. It's becoming a dangerous addiction that everybody is seeming to just cope with.
So tomorrow, let's say tomorrow they do ban TikTok. By next week, there's going to be a new TikTok.
Yeah, but I'm not opposed to TikTok as an app specifically. I'm opposed to how they're handling the app and just the way it's like.
Let's say they do make stricter restrictions. They're gonna still find a way to maneuver through those restrictions.
And then when that's okay, look at the best way to fix any errors is to let the errors come. So they fix it, right? They put restrictions. All right, now there's a way out of the restrictions. Fix those. Okay, they found another way. Fix that. Just continue to fix it until you get to a point where it's as safe as you can actually get it. Because kids under 10 are finding shit they shouldn't supposed to. Kids under 18, from 10 to like 18, are being influenced in ways they shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. And then adults is just discipline because they're spending hours a day on fucking TikTok, right? And you don't really see adults like translating. Like, you don't see a bunch of adults smoking on TikTok and then you're going to go smoking. But if you're a teenager, an impressionable teen, and you're seeing people make all these crazy alcoholic drinks or vaping in school or glorifying like smoking weed and stuff like that, it's going to subconsciously influence you to go and try those things, especially when it's like, oh, this is the cool new trend. Everybody's going to want to hop on it because now it's their chance to get famous. Now it's their chance to get clout, right? And that shouldn't even be a thing. Like when we were teenagers, we were all watching Minecraft videos, watching Minecraft fucking parodies. These teenagers are watching half-naked girls dance on their phone and stealing things. And I know I sound like an old-ass guy who's not even in touch with shit right now, but like me personally, knowing that I have a 10-year-old brother who is surrounded by this stuff, I don't want him to see that kind of shit. I want him to have the regular childhood that we had, you know,
then
care about that stuff.
Then,
and I do what I can to, you know, take care of him, and I know my family does too. But unfortunately, there's a lot of kids who aren't in that position who have people to watch over them like that. And that's where the issue comes in. Because if this is the everyday stuff, right, that people can access at any time, then what's to say some kid who's not in a great living situation manages to get access to TikTok and starts to see all these things, and it directly influences his life, you know? And I'm looking at it almost like from a parent's perspective, because the one thing that I heard recently, the fucking Borgs, it's this alcoholic drink that some college kids created, and that was blowing up for a little while, I guess. And because of it, it put over 20 or 40 students in the hospital in like one night from a certain college. And it was very, very popular on TikTok. Everybody was making it. And essentially, they were just taking a whole bottle of vodka, and then they're taking like Mio, the little things that you put in water, and they were combining it. And the combination of caffeine and alcohol completely overrode their system, and a lot of them ended up hospitalized. I don't think anybody died, but that's an example of how a trend translated into real life and impacted people in a real way.
People nowadays only chase the stupid shit.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
Devin, even when we were kids, there's kids eating fucking bath salts and eating Tide Pods.
oh yeah. But like,
It's always gonna be there.
I know it's always gonna be there, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to do what we can to restrict it. Because like the only reason I would say like we've been safe relatively this whole time is because there's always been pushback up until now. Like people are starting to get to a point where they're like, why even fight it anymore? And what's gonna happen when that becomes the standard mentality of everybody?
Hold on, I have to get this call.
There's a call. And now, time for a word from our sponsor, Dubby. Dubby is a powder-based energy drink designed to be a great tasting boost that's not going to leave you jittery or crashing. It's got 150 milligrams of caffeine, and it's packed full of vitamins to help you get through your day. It's perfect for gamers or people who are just looking for a quick boost. Like I've said before, I use it before I go to the gym, and I'm in love with it. All of their caffeine is pulled from natural resources, and it just gives me a boost that regular energy drinks don't provide. So, if you'd like to try out Dubby, use code MOONMEN at checkout to save yourself 10% off. That's code MOONMEN to save 10% off at checkout. I've been drinking the Galaxy Grenade flavor, and it's one I really enjoy, but they have a wide selection of flavors for you to try. And they have some really nice shakers. So, if you're interested, go check out Dubby and use code MOONMEN. Thanks again to Dubby for sponsoring the show. All right, welcome back. That was a little impromptu ad break, but Eddie got a call that he had to take.
Yeah, that was my mom.
I'll try to make that sound good. Hopefully it doesn't just go ad and they're all, what the fuck? I'm sorry if that was you. We're back now. But yeah, I want to kind of transition out of the TikTok thing because we'll just argue all day because we have our own respective stances. But from my perspective, just because it's a hard battle that to a lot of people seems pointless doesn't mean we shouldn't try to protect those that we can and avoid dumb things like people overdosing on alcohol, stealing things from school. Like what if it becomes popular for people to start shooting paintball guns at driving cars, and then now you're in danger because some fucking teenager wants to blow up on TikTok and now he's shooting you with the paintball gun. Like that's a very likely possibility at this point. And I think we should as adults of this generation, try to do what we can to influence the next generation so that they still have a fighting chance.
Devin, it's a cycle. It's always gonna be like that.
But like,
20 years ago, there's a person just like you.
oh yeah,
But guess what we were doing as kids? Eating bath salts and
I wasn't eating
no,
bath
no,
salts.
okay. So growing up, your parents told you don't smoke weed, don't do drugs, and what did you do?
You smoked weed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But why? Because you're a kid and you don't know what's going on in the world, and you're trying to be rebellious.
But
there's always.
no,
There's
I agree with that. I was
Yeah.
trying to be rebellious, trying to go against the norm.
Yeah.
I get that. Whatever.
but now that you're mature,
Now looking at it with the mature perspective,
Exactly.
right? I wish that the schools had implemented more regulations to prevent me and all the other kids who are doing bad shit from being able to do that. Because I don't know how many kids that I used to smoke weed with and smoke vapes with at school who are now in jail or who have already been arrested, because they're out there doing that bad shit because it was available for them to do when they were only 12 and 13. They weren't even fully developed
yeah, but the
yet.
schools can't control what they do outside of school.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware they can't control
What
their
I'm trying to-
influence.
what-
I just...
Like we have to let kids be. I'm not saying they should go do these stupid ass trends, but the kids have to learn.
No, I'm not saying to stop kids from ever doing anything bad because it's inevitable. It's going to happen, and I think it's a growing process. But I think what they're doing is something that we can impact, especially when it's shit like stealing fucking sinks from school. Like, I legitimately saw a video when the whole that lick thing was going on where some guy stole a bathroom sink and was carrying it around the fucking school. Like, that is a direct TikTok influence. People overdosing on alcohol is a direct TikTok influence. Shit like that is something that could be preventable. If they at least, regulate it a little bit more, that's fine. Because if you're an adult, it's not going to affect your feed at all. So you shouldn't even care. But why would you want your, 13-year-old nephew or niece or whoever to be out there doing that kind of shit?
I think TikTok I assume is probably gonna have like a TikTok Kids.
They should make a TikTok Kids.
I'm pretty sure
I'm advocating for a TikTok
I'm pretty
Kids.
sure it's gonna be like that. But still, there's gonna be TikTok Kids, but kids are gonna want to be on the actual TikTok page. And then when kids want to be on the actual page, what's your solution to that? It's the parents, right?
Oh, it's the parents, but at least if they had a TikTok Kids, TikTok is doing what they can to separate the crowd. Because there's a YouTube Kids and there's a YouTube, and now it's up to the parents to keep them on YouTube Kids. But at the very least, YouTube put in that regulation. YouTube put in that blocker that's like, look, we're doing our part, right? And then on YouTube, whenever we're uploading content from the podcast, you have to alert YouTube whether it's a video made for kids or not made for kids. Because if it's not directly made for kids, then it's going to restrict anybody under the age of, 15 from being able to see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So YouTube is doing steps like that to ensure they do what they can. They can't control everything. They can't monetize everything and like monitor everything and like restrict complete freedom from people, but they're doing what they can to fight against it.
Okay, so let's say tomorrow TikTok does that. They come out with TikTok Kids. Are you still going to criticize them for? Because I don't see you criticizing YouTube like this.
I do criticize YouTube. It's just I haven't had a real reason to, because now all the focus is on TikTok. But back in the day, if we had this podcast while we were doing, the whole like Harlem Shake shit and the plank shit was going on, I would have been yelling at them for that too. Because why the fuck are you laying in the middle of the street for a fucking challenge,
Mm-hmm.
But at least at the end of the day, those were semi-modest. The Harlem Shake, you just dance for a couple seconds. The plank, you lay in a public spot. You lay on the door or whatever. I don't fucking know. The mannequin challenge, everyone just stands still. Those were kind of harmless, and that's why even schools were partaking in them. These new fucking trends are just stupid. Like the Tide Pod thing, I thought that was stupid when that was going on. Like why are you guys eating Tide Pods? You're adults.
Because people nowadays only want violence and only want negative shit.
So we got to do what we can to impact them and change the general mindset of the populace because they're fucking stupid.
People have always wanted it. Like when people say what's the greatest so and so, it's always something violent. People never say something modest.
How does that
it's
correlate to this?
I'm trying to say.
Like, I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like people admire violence and they're drawn to violence, but like
What I'm trying to say is that there's going to be trends that are gonna be stupider and stupider, and people are gonna keep clicking to see how stupid those trends are gonna be.
Yeah, but why does that have to be our culture to begin with? Is what I'm saying.
Because people don't like people don't like
And why can't we directly oppose that? Like, okay, that's the norm right now, but I don't want my future kids to grow up in a world where everybody's only focused on views and everybody's only focused on becoming the next big thing.
it's heading that way.
But I don't like that.
No,
it's
I know
heading
you
that
don't.
way.
I know you don't like it, but you can't stop it.
But that doesn't mean I can't
You
try
can't
either.
try, and I'm not saying you can't try, but what I'm saying is you can't stop the inevitable. And inevitable. Help me.
Inevitable.
Inevitable.
Oh, that sounded good. Inevitable.
And I can't say it.
Little AS. Inevitable.
Well, whatever the case, you can't stop what's coming. You could try all you want, but you can't stop what's.
No, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try, because like I saw a video the other day on YouTube, but that has nothing to do with this, where a kid was in school, right? And him and his dad attended the parent teacher conference thing that they do where they invite all the parents in and they go over the school's regulations, and he was reading to the teachers something that his librarian offered him, which was basically just a pornographic book, right? And it was talking about how this girl was getting fucked in the ass, and this 12-year-old boy was reading it. And then he went to the librarian to ask her like what this is, and then she's all, "Oh, do you like it? We have the comic book versions too under the counter." And then she was trying to show him like graphic porn, and then apparently they inquired or something, and I'm trying to remember exactly.
How old was this kid?
He was like 12.
Oh.
But it's the fact that our whole generation is in like a weird mindset right now. Our whole society as a whole right now is in a weird mindset. And it's only going to be impacted by those who are trying to impact it, whether it's in a good way or a negative way.
So Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah.
Greatest human right now. Most helpful human. He helped cure 1,000 people who were blind to help him see. And people are trying to cancel him for that.
Yeah, and like nobody's opposing that. Like, why would you want to cancel somebody who's doing philanthropy?
No, people are trying to oppose that. But then Mr. Beast went to Africa and gave kids shoes, getting canceled for that. What I'm trying to say is that people are so used to this negative mindset that the good is not gonna outshine the bad.
So it's our job.
No, okay, so
as people, if we can see the problem with the world, we have the responsibility to try to change it, right? If we see something that's wrong, like Mr. Beast going and helping people and then getting canceled for that, it becomes our job to try to change that. Because we shouldn't want to live in a world where it's just all negativity like that. We shouldn't want to live in a world where you do something good and now you're accused of like going after clout, going after clickbait. You're just doing this for views. I don't want to live in a world like that. I don't want my kids to live in a world like that.
How would you change it?
Slowly, over time.
I know, but what's the first step?
What do you mean? I didn't dedicate a plan. I'm just saying, like, us talking about it right now, this can be considered a first step. Us educating people, us doing what we can in our own social circles is a way to fight back against the things that we don't want. That dad and his son going against the school for having pornographic books, that's a way to fight back. Them recording it and putting it on the internet for people to see is a way to fight back. There's lots of things you can do to oppose the things that you don't like in the world. And you saying that we shouldn't try to do that because it's just going to keep coming back, and with all respect, it's just kind of stupid to me. Because if I see something wrong with the world and I want to try to change it, I'm going to go to try to change it. Especially if I know it's going to result, hopefully, in a greater good. Because when you look at the past, right? When you look at like a decade, like, I don't know, the 50s, the first thing that you think about is that picture perfect home that they created, right? The nuclear family, the mom, the dad, the kids, or whatever, right? That's what you think about because that was so enforced. There was people there creating that standard. There was people fighting and opposing for that lifestyle. And it changed over time. Now, we don't even have any sort of standard to begin with. You can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. You can fuck whoever you want. Nobody cares. There's no regulations. It's the Wild West. Everybody's doing everything, and it's just general chaos because we don't have any sort of standards anymore. Me and a lot of other like-minded people want to have some sort of standards when it comes to specific things like sex, drugs, the content we consume, whatever. I want there to be some sort of standard that people have to adhere to. Otherwise, they gain the freedom to do whatever the fuck they want. And we all know that people are stupid and they're going to do the stupid thing. I do stupid things. I need standards. I need regulations. So do other people. And they're just too dumb to admit it or recognize it. Like, we need some sort of social standard, help me out here. Norm, thank you. Social norm that all of us subconsciously adhere to, because that's what keeps our society intact as a whole. Like that's what we need. So if I see something like the internet that has a direct influence on people that I care about, and I want to do something to regulate that a little bit and have a new social standard, I'm going to fight for that, because I know and I've seen the consequences of not having one, right? Like, kids should only be allowed to be on the internet at a certain age. Or like the whole porn thing, you can only access and view porn once you're an adult. Shit like that. That's what binds our society, and that's what keeps us intact to an extent. That's part of it. There's way more than that. But I want to continue to fight for that in some form. You know, the influence that you and I have with this show on other people helps create new standards and new stigmas and new everything. Like, we're already contributing to it. Right now, what we're doing right now, it's contributing to how the world is going to be in 20 years.
I can't see that far into the future.
I'm not seeing that far into the future. I'm just saying every little thing we do is the butterfly effect. It plays into the future, and we have to be conscious of how we're acting and what we're allowing, because later on down the line, who knows where it's going to be if none of us are. If none of us are caring about what's happening in the world, none of us give a shit about anything but our phones, where are we going to be in 20 years?
But don't you think people who are trying to make the world a more negative place is saying the same thing you are?
Yeah, for sure they are. And that's why there's always going to be opposing forces and opposing ideas. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Like, when people were fighting against racism back in the day with the whole civil rights movement, that was bad back in the day. To say that just because you're a person of color means you have rights, that was bad. But they fought against it, and they created a new social norm. And now everybody kind of accepts each other, and that's a good change, right? But back then, a lot of people were like, this is bad. Even white people who weren't racist were like, I'm not going to speak out against this, or I'm not going to fight against it because there's no point. It's bad. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just how it is. But it's because of those leaders and those people that did that, that the world is where it is. Now, I'm not trying to come out here and change the entire world, but if I see something, I'm going to express my voice. I'm going to express my opinion on it. I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to do what I can to some degree to help influence the world. Because if I have the ability to see that, if I have the ability to see the world as a need to change, then I know I have to do something to influence it in some regard. Because all of us are, without even realizing it. And if you know you are, then you have to do it. Does that make any sense?
I think why there's no social norm anymore is because people are seeing the downfall of all these countries. Like, they don't see the future anymore. Before, like you said, in the 50s, there was the husband, wife, kids, and a dog. But now in this current age, you don't know what you're gonna see. Tomorrow we could be fucking nuked.
Yeah, but still,
that's why they don't care about social norm, because they know we're so close to the end that they just.
But see, you're coming in with that perspective again of like, what's the point? Even if we do get nuked tomorrow, right? It kind of ties into the whole dreams thing that we've talked about before. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't accomplish your dreams, you can at least die knowing that you tried. Mm-hmm. And that's the same for this. Even if we get nuked tomorrow, I want to at least die knowing that I was trying to make the world a better place. I was trying to influence people. I was trying to do what I can as a person to help other people, right? Because at the end of the day, I can at least die knowing that and be satisfied with that, right? And even if it seems pointless, or even if it seems like bad is inevitable, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying, because I have a vision of how I want my life, and I'm going to fight for that. And part of that comes in to the society that I'm living in. I have this vision for my life. I have this vision for how I want to raise my kids, how I want to die, etc., whatever. But if society is changing and it prevents me from being able to live my selfish dream, then I'm going to do what I can to make a society overall a better place, whether it's talking to one person or talking to 100 people on a podcast, whatever. I want to do what I can to try to make the world a place that I think it should be. And everybody else does too. And that's why humans are so unique and so great. That's why life is so amazing. Like, us fighting for what we want and creating and making things exactly how we want is what makes us human, I think. Because otherwise we're just animals who are giving in to whatever is around us. Humans have the ability to take something, an idea, a concept, and make it a reality. Like, some guy 100 years ago was like, I want to make a machine that does math for me. 100 years later, we got computers, we got calculators, we got fucking AI, It's dreams. Essentially, that's all it is. It's just dreams. We live in an era of dreams. We've always lived in the era of dreams. Now more than ever, though. Now more than ever, we have the ability to make our lives and the world around us exactly what we wanted. And to some extent, we should be doing that. Because otherwise, what's the point of living if we're not at least doing that? Whether it's a simple dream or a complicated dream.
Like I said, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. I keep saying that.
Yeah, I get your perspective on it,
Yes.
but this is my perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
We live in the era of dreams, and however you want your life to play out, you should fight for it. And if society is hindering that, then do what you can to help impact society. If the community around you seems fucked up, do your part to try to make it better. Your neighborhood is bad, form a neighborhood watch. I don't know. People don't have no initiative anymore. Nobody's doing anything. Everybody's just accepting the world around them. Everybody's just accepting life. Everybody's doing what everybody else is doing. And that's part of the reason why we're living in the world we're living in. Nobody is fighting anymore.
That's not it. It's other.
It's a bunch of things. But at the end of the day, it's people just giving in. And the people that are designating the world and how it's turning are the ones that are still out there trying to make changes. And unfortunately, at least from my perspective, there's a lot of bad out there right now because those are the people that are out impacting the world. Everybody else is just kind of sitting back and watching it.
Well, there's okay. I'm gonna say this because we're just gonna keep going in circles. The bad is always gonna outshine the good, but the good is always gonna feel what am I trying to say? The bad's gonna outshine the good, but they're still always going to be good.
Yeah.
Because think of it like this. Elvis, in a lot of people's eyes, was bad because he was moving like he was moving sexually, and look how that turned out. But yet he's being praised.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, back in the day, Elvis was bad, and people were shining the bad. We're trying to put that spotlight on the bad. Now, in this current setting, we still have that spotlight on the bad.
Are you saying we're focusing on the bad?
Yes.
Well, no. I acknowledge the positive.
And then people like you who are trying to change the future for good. You could be as loud as a fucking jet. People are not going to notice you just because it's good.
But that's not gonna stop me.
No, I'm not saying stop. I'm saying you have to accept that.
I've already accepted it. I've accepted it from the beginning of this whole spiel. I'm just saying, I guess to all the people listening, it's up to us to make our lives what we want to make it, and the world around us to make that what we want to make it. And regardless if it seems pointless, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try, at least in some form, at least once,
I say, okay, so let's say I'm trying to build a life that's just pointless, but you're coming over here trying to bash on my belief, and I'm fighting back. But yeah, you criticize me for doing that.
Well, it's because it's not that I ever want to criticize you for living your life the way it is,
No,
But-
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
but, okay,
I'm
but-
saying that as an example.
No, yeah. From my perspective, right? I see something that I think could be better. And so does a lot of people, and that's why people are so aggressive with their beliefs. So if I see somebody whose life is pointless and they want to have a pointless life, but I don't know that looking at them, I'm going to do what I can to try to motivate them or impact them in a way that I think could be beneficial to them. That doesn't mean they have to take it. That doesn't mean I'm going to force them, but at the very end of the day, I'm going to at least try, right? If I see somebody who I think has a miserable life, I'll try to impact it in some positive way, whether it's just one conversation that sticks with them for the rest of their life, or doing a kind gesture that hopefully motivates them to carry on, whatever, right? But if that is their genuine intent to live the life that they're living, then whatever, that's fine. Do what you want to do. I'm not saying that you have to change that. If that's your life, that's your life. Okay, just be upfront with it. If it's something that you're ashamed of, then maybe that's not the life for you. If you want to live a boring, basic life or a pointless life, that's completely okay. If you're happy, I'm happy. Cool. Are you hurting other people? No? Cool. Where's the issue? There's nothing wrong with that. And I even said it, I don't even know how many times on the show already. If you want to have a modest life, that is completely okay. I always wanted a modest life. For the longest time, I just wanted a basic, boring life. And it wasn't until recently that my mindset started to change. But for the longest time, I just wanted a family, a nice job. I wanted to come home, watch TV with my wife, play with my kids, and just have a basic life. I have nothing against that. I have nothing against, bachelors being bachelors their entire lives and just, hanging out with friends. That's cool. I don't see the issue with that, But if they're going out of their way to impact the world around them or my world in a negative way, then I'm going to speak against it.
I guess when I do the show, my goal is not to influence people, because it's up to the person if they want to be influenced or not.
I don't ever come in here hoping to change people's minds.
No, but you come in, you said if there's something wrong, you're gonna try your best to change it.
Yeah.
And that's to influence someone. You just said that.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that I do this specific show with the intent of trying to do that.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to be a person. I don't want to be a role model, because I can't change how a person looks at the world. It's up to the person. Just like you see an optimistic future, I don't. I just see just a normal. Not a normal. I just see like a pointless future. Like from here on out, it's pointless.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if people start to accept the fact that it's up to me and how I see the world will be better. I think it's gonna be a calmer, not happier nor sadder, just a calmer world.
If everybody just kind of accepted that it was pointless.
Yes.
That it's kind of where we're at right now. I feel like a mass majority of the people, like I said earlier, don't have initiative and don't try to fight for anything really because they feel like it's pointless. I'm not gonna be, a painter because it's pointless. I'm not going to become a chef because it's pointless. I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to do it. Whatever. Now,
I'm not saying if you want to be a painter. I'm
not saying that.
No. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to be a painter, and you say that it's pointless, you should still do it. You should still paint, but don't paint for the intent to be in the spotlight. Paint for yourself.
Well, yeah, but I feel like nowadays we don't even have that. We don't even have people who are doing that for themselves, right? Because I'm on a whole other level, but I need to look at it more from like a closer lens. I feel like most people don't even have the initiative to do something that they know they would enjoy for themselves because they feel like it's pointless. I've genuinely met people who want to do something, whether it's write poetry, become an artist, whatever it is, become a rapper even, and who don't because they feel like it's pointless. They don't even make music on the side. They don't even write poetry on the side for themselves because they feel like it's pointless. People are even scared to start nowadays because they feel like it's pointless. And that's just with their own ambitions. So I can't even imagine what the mass majority's opinion is on trying to influence the world and make it a better place. Because if people aren't even willing to give into themselves and do something good for themselves to better themselves as people, why would they want to influence the world? So when I say if you have the ability to see it, it becomes your responsibility to change it. It's for those people who are in a mindset where they're able to see that the world is in need of change. And because they can see that, they more than likely have the ability to change it. If you can see something is wrong with anything, then you most likely have the ability to change it because you can see all the flaws. So you know where it could be improved. Now it's your responsibility to go do it. Because if you're not, who is? We got to have, some sort of responsibility. We got to have some sort of initiative.
That's where Karens come into place.
No, not Karens. Karens are a different fucking story. They take things way out of hand. Those are overprivileged people who believe they're God and that the universe should bend to them. But like, here's an example, right? Let's say you're working at a company and, it's fine. You're just working there. Nothing big, spectacular, but you notice a lot of things inside the company that you know could be improved. Everybody else doesn't. Maybe one other person does, but you're the only one that really sees where they could change this and implement that and do this different, and then everything would work better. Because you have the ability to see that, you most likely have the ability to change it. You know what you could do to implement everything and change it and make it so it works.
Yeah, but let's say you see those, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like if it's not affecting anything within the company, don't try.
But that's what I'm saying. If you see that it's wrong, if you see that you could improve it, why not? Why not at least give it a shot?
Okay, let's say you fix it. There's gonna be more problems.
But see, you're coming back to the whole it's pointless.
Exactly. That's
But so we shouldn't try?
No. What I'm saying is, let's say you try, you succeed, right?
Yeah.
You think, oh, I'm finally in this promised land. I finally got this company to be A+. There's a newer problem, or a bigger problem that you can't fix, and you tried your hardest, but that problem wouldn't have came if you didn't try to fix the other problems.
So but like, I understand what you're saying, but to me, it's just a frustrating mindset because, yeah, more problems came from it, but you achieved something. Like, look at it. People saw the computer, right? They saw the old version of the computer and they wanted to change it. They wanted to make it better. And then a couple years later, we get more advanced computers, and then the birth of the internet, right? You could look at that and say the internet spawns so many problems. The internet is the cause of all this and all that. That's very true. The internet came with a lot of bad, but at the same time, it gave us a lot of good. So would you say that it was worth it for them to create the internet or not?
Well, according to you, no.
There's a lot of wrongs with the internet, but I feel like there's ways that we could improve.
No, but you said it before. There's a lot more wrongs that we created the internet than good.
Yeah, but I can acknowledge a lot of the benefits that have come from the internet. Just like the being able to share knowledge with the entire world. You learn something, you can share it with somebody in Indonesia who doesn't know about it, who needs that solution. That's cool. You can look up anything. You can connect with people from around the world. That is amazing. It's an amazing tool with amazing curses. For every good thing that the internet has produced, it's produced probably two bad things. But I'm not gonna sit here and deny that the internet isn't a great thing. It's got a lot of bad, and personally, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that it's created and a lot of things that it spawned. But at the end of the day, some guy saw something that needed improving. He improved it, and this is the world we live in. Now it's our responsibility to take those wrongs and try to make it even better. And it's a never-ending struggle. And us maturing as people and us becoming human is to realize that and continue to fight anyways.
That's fucking tiring, though.
Oh, but okay, you don't have to fight.
No. What I'm trying, I'm opening my mind up to. If you see something wrong, you got to fix it. You have that responsibility to fix it, right? That's what I'm trying to see. But like, let's say you fix you yourself fix this whole world. Devin is the one who fixed the whole world. But now Devin has to fix these other problems that weren't a problem before.
Yeah, but
So then you're gonna say I gotta keep fighting. I gotta keep fighting.
okay, but see, look at that's
But
it's core. That's a core part of the quote. If you see something wrong with the world, if you have the ability to see that the world is in need of change, you then gain the responsibility to be the one to change it. Responsibility is right there. You know that if you change it, more problems are going to occur. You're taking on the responsibility to face the good and the bad equally. You know that if you fix this leak on this pipe, something else might break. But because you fixed it, now you have to go fix that. That comes with it. That's part of the package. That's part of the deal. So if you decide to go and change the world or change whatever, you decide to improve any system, anything, right? Then you also have to accept the responsibility that if it breaks, you also have to try to fix that. See, that's where it comes into it. You don't have to do that. You could take the other route and just go, well, okay, I'm not going to do it. That's fine. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't shit on people who are taking the responsibility and are trying to fight and are trying to change, are trying to improve stuff.
So, but let's say they do change, and then they see more problems arise, and then they don't change that change.
Okay, but somebody else will pick up the mantle, and that's the great thing about humans. And oddly, this kind of ties into One Piece a little bit. It's inherited wills, a concept that you see a lot in the show and the story. Even if you don't completely succeed in what you're trying to do or something bad comes from it, somebody else will pick up the mantle and carry on your will. Somebody else will continue to fight the fight for you. And that's the beauty of it. Even though it's a never-ending cycle of good and bad, there's always going to be people on both sides who are continuing to fight. So if I try to go out and change the world and it ends bad and it doesn't end the way I wanted it to, somebody else is going to be motivated by what I did and continue to try. And it's the fact that they continue to try and continue to fight and continue to push that gives any of it meaning. The fact that they're even doing it to begin with gives it meaning. At least in my opinion. I may have failed trying to influence the world, right? But I inspired a few bunch of people. One of those few bunches of people goes and tries to do the same thing, does it even better than me. He influences somebody and it just continues. So even though there's always bad, there's always good opposing the bad. And if we can continue to inspire that in other people, then it's a win. Because even if bad comes from it, we now have the solution that's right along with it. We have somebody who's going to fight. We have somebody who's going to try. And that's beautiful.
Oh man, that's so tiring.
But that's just life. That's just the way it is.
That's so fucking tiring. Like, oh man, just thinking about that, fucking tiring.
It's tiring and it sucks. But you can either accept it and choose a spot in the battlefield, or you don't even have to partake. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of life. You could do whatever you want. You could choose to be part of that, or you can just remove yourself. But you also have to accept that if you remove yourself from the situation, then you're at the mercy of whoever wins that battle, good or evil, vile or glorious. You know, if it becomes a world where sex is no longer sacred and it's everybody's having sex with everybody all the time, and it doesn't matter if you're married or just bear with me.
That's what the world's become.
No, like Brave New World type of stuff. Aldous Huxley, Brave New World. It's a book from the 30s. Everybody had sex with everybody. If you were having sex with somebody 7 times a week and then they went and had sex with somebody else the very next day, you couldn't be upset because there was no such thing as relationships. There's no such thing as marriage. That's not sacred anymore. That's not a thing. If the world becomes something like that, because you didn't partake in trying to influence it, you have no choice but to accept it. So your stance, right? You're like, I don't want to try. It's fine. The world is what it is. That's cool. You can do that. I'm not hating on you for doing that. But if the world ends up becoming a shittier place because of it, it's going to sound a little douchey, but you have no right to complain about it because you had an opportunity to try to fight, especially if you saw that the world doesn't need to change. Right?
Yes and no.
It's like a war. If your country is going to war and there's a chance that your country could be invaded, but you're still like, nah, I'll kick back and let whatever happen. If you get invaded, you have no right to complain because you had a chance to go in there and fight. And even if it ended up being that way at the end of the day, at least you could have died knowing that you fought, or you could have lived knowing that you fought to go against it. It didn't turn out in your favor, but that doesn't mean you didn't try.
You tried, but at the end of the day, it was pointless.
But that doesn't
No, it doesn't matter if you tried. It was pointless. Your death was pointless because you didn't win. You didn't win the good fight.
But still, it's the matter of trying. It's the matter of trying. That's what it always is. To try or not to try. That's what it is. Are you going to try? Maybe fail, maybe succeed, or are you not going to try? Either way, it's completely fine.
And by the way, I never said I'm not going to try.
No, I know.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
having a conversation
Yeah.
here. But you know what I'm getting at, right? It's the act of trying, the act of participating. Regardless if it goes in your favor or not. It's almost like good sportsmanship in a sense. You fought the other team, you played a game, you lost, whatever. At least you tried, you gave it your all. It's that encapsulated into your entire life. Even if you know there's a chance you could lose, at least you tried.
And if you lost, it's pointless.
But at least
no,
you tried.
Devin,
at the end of the day, you tried.
Devin, it doesn't matter if you tried. It doesn't matter if you tried, because it was pointless at the end. No matter if you won or you lost, it was pointless.
Okay, yeah, that's your perspective, and my perspective is that we should at least try. And I feel like we're gonna be settled on this for however long
We've been doing this for 50 minutes.
15 minutes? What time are we at?
125,
125. Okay, we should probably move off of this because we're just
because
going in
that
circles.
conversation was pointless. But at least we tried.
Well, yeah, and at the very least, we got an audience who's gonna listen to that, and
I feel like they're gonna skip over this.
Who cares? We did it. There's a chance that they could listen to it. At least we tried. At least we had the convo. Maybe somebody gets inspired. Maybe they get bored. It's out there. It's out of our control.
Yep, that's true.
So, once we put our episodes out there, they could do whatever they want with it. And we just have to accept that. That's our responsibility as podcasters.
I don't want to take that responsibility. Don't put that word in my head, because then I'm going to feel pressured, and then
there's no pressure. We can do whatever we want. It's our show. That's also the benefit of accepting that. So we can make an episode that's complete dog shit and release it.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should make an episode and have it maybe like an hour and a half long, where we don't say anything. We just say the intro and don't say anything.
But we would have to sleep. No, we should do an episode where we press record, and then we don't talk into the mics at all. We talk like in the corner the whole time. Or we just have a regular conversation like in the other room or something like that. I don't know. We could basically do whatever we want and put it out there. But see, that comes into the whole social standard again. We have a responsibility to put on a good show because we decided to be podcasters and have a show. It all ties back into each other. Mm-hmm. These are concepts of life that we have to tackle and deal with. So hopefully this whole conversation, from the whole TikTok thing to the chasing your dreams thing, influencing the world, I don't even know where it went.
We got to stop having these conversations.
I like these conversations.
I don't, because we just go in circles.
But it's
because you're an optimist and I'm a realist.
But it's the chance to express our opinions and have other people hear those opinions.
We instead of you and I having these conversations, it should be you and I with another person.
Oh, for sure. One of these days, one of our guests, we're gonna have a deep political discussion. It's just whatever our guests come on, it turns into funny stories.
Yeah.
But like maybe if we do get Jose back on the show, or that one guest, that would probably be good. Mm-hmm. But even Carla, that would probably be a good episode to hear her stance on it, because she's kind of like neutral. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. If you guys want to be on the show and take part in this discussion, let us know. I know Alfred would probably like to be part of this. I'd like to hear his stance.
Me too.
Anyways, segue. Have you ever fumbled the bag hard?
In what way? With the girl?
With the girl. Because like we fumble bags all the time on a daily basis, but like specifically a girl where you had a real chance at anything, mm-hmm. whether it's a relationship, sex, or just like a nice moment, and you fumbled it.
In high school, yeah.
In high school?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Who is this? I don't remember.
I don't want to say her name on here.
Well, no, don't say her name, or you could say it. I'll bleep it out. But
so remember the girl I went to prom with?
No.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Well, I remember the girl you asked to prom. Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So around the same time, one of my friends who was a girl, I guess she liked me, but since I was so fucking focused on the girl I went to prom with,
You never saw her?
I never saw her.
Oh, no.
Until months later, where she told me, and then I had flashbacks. I'm like, oh my god!
It was like the plot twist, and then you remembered every instance where it was
Yes.
foreshadowed.
And ever since then, I tried to see the whole picture.
Wait, who was it?
Who was what?
The girl that liked you.
Oh,
Who?
I'll show you a picture.
Yeah, show me a picture. I have no fucking clue you're talking. I don't even remember you having a friend named that.
We were in the we were both
Don't say that, because then people will know who you're talking about. I'll have to bleep that part out. Especially one guest, because she even whatever. Now I'm gonna have to bleep all this out. I don't recognize her. Do you have an older picture?
That is an older picture.
I don't recognize. You fumbled that? God damn, Eddie.
And this is her now.
Oh my god. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she's using a filter and she probably has makeup, but she's still really attractive. And you
Yeah.
fumbled that.
No.
Oh
I know
my
that.
god, that's worse than mine.
I know.
Oh my god. She's like, okay, for those of you, we're not gonna post a picture or
Yeah,
anything,
well.
but to give you a perspective, she's like a solid 8. I know the whole ranking scale is arbitrary and sexist, whatever. Doesn't matter. This girl's like a solid 8, and Eddie fumbled the fucking bag. She was like a 6 before, and she's an 8 now. She upgraded, and you contact her.
I tried.
Nothing.
Oh
my god. A moment in silence for Eddie here.
Yeah.
All right, moment over. Jesus Christ, my God. How do you...
Devin, like I said, I was focused on the wrong girl.
And the girl you went after wasn't even that pretty.
Don't say that. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I'm allowed to have an opinion. We talked about this. Is
Okay,
it wrong to call somebody ugly?
No. Okay, just phrase it different. It's the wording. It's all about the wording.
I don't think she was that pretty.
There you go.
To me, this girl is a lot prettier.
There you go.
Did she have a better personality too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'll say yeah. Confidently.
You should have said no. Oh man, how do you? Oh God damn it! And now she's out of your league.
No, she's out of my league.
Jesus. I feel that, especially with the girl I fumbled.
Mhm.
I'll tell you her name. It was.
You did not have a shot with her.
No, I did, because she went to middle school with us apparently.
Because if we're going based off.
You had a romantic shot with that girl. You had a chance at like a relationship.
Oh, okay.
With me, this was more like fuck buddy, maybe like short-term relationship. I have no clue. But there's a girl that we went to middle school with. You know who I'm talking about. I already told you her name. And I did not know this girl in middle school at all. And apparently she wasn't the best looking girl, and she looked completely different. But then this new girl in high school popped up. I saw her immediately. I'm like, yo, she's really bad. Who is this chick? Start talking to her, and she's like, oh yeah, we went to middle school. I remember you. I was like, you remember me? I don't. Who are you? And she's like, I hung out at so and so and so and so. And I was like, you did? And so I felt bad, but then we connected, and it turned into something a little bit more like serious, to the point where she was inviting me over to her house at like 1 a.m. to chill. And my stupid ass never once made a move out of all the opportunities I was given. She invited me over to her house at 11 p.m. one night. I asked my mom if she could drop me because I was only like 15. And she's like, yeah. And the whole way over, me and my mom are talking, and she's telling me how she used to get picked up at like 2 a.m, whatever.
Your mom saw it before you did.
Yeah. She was telling me basically like her adventures on the streets, and I didn't pick up on it. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna chill, we're gonna watch some movies or something, right? And so I get over it fell. I get over there. It's just me and her in the house. Her mom is gone and her brother is gone, And my stupid ass just starts playing dubstep music and playing zombies with this girl.
Oh my god, David.
We were just filming Snapchats together, right? There was a little bit of play wrestling. We were laying on her bed watching a movie, and not once did I make a move. And I went over to her house in the morning like 4 different times. Each time, never made a move. Right? We were laying right next to each other. We were even cuddling at one point. We were playing games together. We were play wrestling. Nothing. Didn't make a move. And I thought she was hot back then. I thought she was like a solid 7. Fast forward 4 or 5 years, I saw her recently, and she became like a straight 9, I think.
Yeah.
She's like a solid 9.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but we ended on bad terms in high school where she came up to me and told me I was a snake. She was like, "You're a snake. I'm not friends with you. You're fake." And I was like, "What the fuck happened? We were chilling at your house last week." So she probably just got pissed off that I was never making a move and decided to end things with me and end the friendship. And so in high school, we stopped talking. See this girl 5 years later, and I'm like, I fumbled the bag. I fumbled so hard. Oh, I still think about it, and it still hurts. I was going at like 11 p.m. I should have picked up on it.
But you were a oblivious little boy.
I was oblivious, and I was too respectful because I'm not gonna lie, I've been accused in the past of being too forward, even though I was never really doing anything that could be considered too forward. And so I always try to avoid that, and I think most guys do. They'd rather go home with blue balls than be called a rapist, right? So, as even in high school, I had that mentality. I'm like, I'm not gonna make a move until I get signs there is a move. But I didn't consider the fact that I'm a fucking dumbass, and there's probably 10 signs that I would see now that I didn't see then. Actually, no, I wouldn't see them now.
Even now, if that the same things were happening to me that happened in high school, I don't think I could pick them out until months later where she lost feelings. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could pick up on them now, but considering
I don't think you can.
I don't think I can.
I think guys are just naturally oblivious.
It's just there's no clear indicators, right? Like we expect it to be like porn or the movies or like, you know, whatever girls talk about. Like, you know, they're all, guys should just make a move. Like when we do this, it means we want you to. But it's not like that. When you get in those situations and you have an opportunity to do anything with the girl, you know, even just something as simple as a kiss, we triple think it. We overthink it because we're like, that's not a sign. That's not a sign.
Yeah.
Our faces are 2 inches apart, but that doesn't mean she wants me to kiss her. You know, that she wouldn't want that. I don't want to be called a rapist. I'm going to just go home. You know, like that's what we think. And now looking at some of my experiences, I see a lot more instances where I fumbled the bag. And some of these are recent. And so like I'm just gonna go home and cry.
Me and one of my friends we're having a conversation about this. What happens when you like a person and then they like you back? What happens then? Like
normally this is just a rumor because I've never seen this before.
Like it never happens, dude.
I've never seen this before, but normally they would get into a relationship of some kind.
Yes. But like
it's very rare for two people to like each other at the exact same time.
Like let's say you like me, right? And then
don't what? Why do you gotta turn into that? You know?
Like let's say you like me, right?
Stop it! Stop going in that direction.
just Devin.
I don't know if I want to play along. I don't want to. I know we were joking about being gay, but like...
fine. Sorry. Let's say I like you.
Oh God, that's even better. Sure. Okay, go ahead.
Let's say I like you, and then you don't like me at first, but then I still like you. So then a week later, you actually realize you have feelings for me. I can't do it either.
Yeah, it's just I can't. Okay. It's too hard.
Okay.
It's too personal.
Okay. Let's say you like a girl, right?
Uh-huh.
And she doesn't like you back.
Uh-huh.
But you don't give up those feelings, and then she finally realizes that she does have feelings for you. What happens then?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation before.
Honestly, I feel like if that ever happens to me, I feel like I'll just lose feeling for the chick. I'll feel so pressured to
I
not
don't
know what to do.
because like there's only been I think one instance where something similar to that happened, but usually it's always like I like a girl, right?
Mhm.
And most of the time they've just like considered me, but I'm not even on their radar. And then I guess with enough riz, they end up coming around. And then something happens, and it usually does. I have no fucking clue because I've never been in a position where I'm like, I really like that person, and then that person was like, I really. Oh wait, no, I have, and nothing happened. So there's your answer.
Do you ever feel like do you ever feel like someone would love you as much as you love them?
No, I always that's probably like a real deep fear of mine, especially considering some of the relationships I've been in. I always felt like I cared more than the other person. And that was my mistake because I showed it too much. I showed how much I cared, and then they realized that they could walk over me. And now, instead of dealing with it in a healthy way, I've just become an asshole where I don't show feelings. But there was an instance semi-recently, a couple months ago, where there was a person where we both had mutual interest in each other. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Nothing fucking happened. So I have no fucking clue what happens in that situation because somehow I keep fumbling the goddamn bag and I'm losing so much. 6 baddies. I fumbled 6 baddies. The rest I probably average, but 6 baddies. All right, I think we gotta end the show. I don't know if I can keep doing.
No, we gotta keep going.
I wanted to talk about this, but like it's starting to hurt the more I think about it.
Devin, we had a 50-minute debate about something we've talked
I
about.
can't keep thinking about all the L's I've taken, Eddie. This is just too much.
Fine, I'll whip over.
Wait, okay. Before we switch subjects, I've been holding my piss for the last like 50 minutes. So can we please go? Can I take an ad break?
Yeah,
or no, bathroom break.
That's if anything, you could go and I can sing the ABCs.
No.
Why?
Why? Just pause it.
Fine.
And so then he tells me, he's like, oh yeah, she has a boyfriend now. And I was like, oh, good for her. And my heart was breaking.
I'm so glad I haven't been into anyone in a while.
Yeah, don't do it. That's why I close off my feelings.
Yeah, I'd rather just there hasn't been a girl who's caught my interest.
But here's the silver lining. I think the whole boyfriend situation isn't a thing anymore. And during that time of depression, I got to re-examine what I wanted. Whatever. There's a silver lining. Who knows if it goes anywhere? Maybe not. Maybe so. We'll see. Who gives a shit? It's all pointless anyways. We're just going to get our heart broken and get it again.
Thank you. It's finally pointless.
With romance, I completely understand. Fuck that shit. I'd rather just not, you know? I don't know. I'd rather not.
I was the other night I was in a depressive.
Wait. Welcome back. Okay, go ahead.
The other night I was in a depressive mood. Nowadays I'm not in a depressive mood anymore.
Good. I'm glad.
But I'm not happy. I'm not.
Yeah, but you're one step closer.
Yeah, I'm not.
What did you tell me that one time? You're one heartbreak closer to happily ever after.
Yeah, that's what was the Waverly Place.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought that was an original. I fucking quoted you in my quotes. That's my first quote. You're one heartbreak away from happily ever after, and you stole it. I was like, oh, that's really good. That's pretty cool. That's clever. And it wasn't even you.
It was what's the mom's name? Teresa, Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa?
No, I think that's the mom's name.
The
Teresa.
nun?
No. That's still mom in Wizards of Waverly Place. I think her name is Teresa.
I barely remember Alex, and I'm pretty sure that was the girl.
It's Selena Gomez.
Yeah, she's so fucking bad.
Well, whatever the case, I was in a depressive mood. Everyone gets those. Everyone's normal, right? It's normal. You get one. You're in one.
Dude, I had one all day today.
You had a crisis. It's different from a depressive episode.
Okay.
And I've accepted the fact that I feel like no one would be in love with me, and I accepted that.
Well, see, I hate to give you a sunshine of hope, but that's not true.
Don't.
Well,
Don't-
it's
don't give me
legitimately
hope.
not. I mean, as much as I joke about how we're all just gonna get our heart broken, that's just part of the game of love. And legitimately, there is
Why do you think I have about the game?
somebody out there for everybody. Like all of the things that you might hate about yourself, somebody else might find endearing. But you'll never know unless you go out there and experiment. Like, as much as I want to shit on myself and be like, I have nothing worth giving, I remember.
You give that dick.
Shut the fuck up. God damn it. I'm gonna have to fucking bleep that out. What are you trying to make me sound like? Okay, I'm a person with feelings.
A bachelor.
Shut the fuck. Yes, I am a bachelor. Yeah, who's been hurt too many times. Somebody, who was it? Somebody was calling me toxic the other day.
Yourself.
No.
No, I was.
I don't know. Maybe was it you?
Yeah, I think it was.
Somebody was calling me toxic because I was updating them on a situation.
Yeah, it was me.
It was a you?
Yeah, it was me.
I was like, yeah, and I haven't even opened the message yet. It was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was me.
And then, I think it was you. You were calling me. You're fucking toxic now. But I'm not in that position. Okay. And as much as I try to shit on myself and tell myself like I have nothing to give, why would anyone want to be with me?
Why would anybody want to love me?
Yeah, I remember the kind words from some of the people that I was involved with in the past and the things that they liked about me. And sure, it didn't work out, but I don't think any one of those people said any of those things disingenuously. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the small compliments that were there stuck with me. And it's kind of like a reassurance. Like, okay, sure, you're not seeing anybody right now. You haven't had any conquests, whatever, cool. But remember the things that person liked about you and that this person liked about you and that person said that one time. Like, there are aspects there. Don't get in your own head.
Yeah. And when I went to sleep, I woke up and I forgot about that feeling.
Good.
But when it comes to compliments, the only compliment a compliment that a girl has told me that stuck with me is that I'm mature for my age.
That's a really good compliment, though. That's a great compliment.
And a lot of people have told me that. And I thought that was the norm. I don't know why. I thought the way I act is normal.
It's
because I surround myself with people like me, like you. You're pretty mature.
Am I?
Yeah, you laugh at the word duty. Ha! But
I laugh at your stupid laugh. Well, I some people have called me that before. I never agree with it because I always feel like
me too.
Are aspects of myself I could really work on. But I always take the compliment, you know, because it's rude not to take it. You know?
Yeah.
But maybe we just don't consider ourselves like that because the people we associate ourselves with.
And the shit we say. And the
too
shit we
love-minded.
talk, we laugh.
The shit you and I talk about, you know, outside of the podcast makes me reconsider our maturity levels.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess maybe we are mature. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I feel like we're just people who are becoming better versions of ourselves and growing into the people we're supposed to be.
I just know that we're kids and we don't know anything about life. That's it. We pretend to know what we know about life.
I mean, I got some decent life. My family was just telling me the other day that in terms of life experience, there's very little that they done that I haven't already done. And I've even done more stuff than them in some regards, like drugs and stuff. But we're not going to get into that. It's just like you have to take moments to like look at yourself and be like, you know what? Yeah, I did do that. Yeah, I do have that. So even though I don't completely agree with me being like the most mature person or whatever, right? I can at least acknowledge the fact that in terms of life and living life and having experience, I have. You know, that's why we got stories that we could even tell on the podcast. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't mentioned and a lot of stuff I haven't gone into just for privacy reasons. But I think eventually, especially that big one that I've never addressed on the show, might be coming sometime soon. I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm ready to just talk about it. Maybe? No, not today. Not today. I'll make them wait.
But either way, we're kids. We don't know anything about life. I'm gonna repeat exactly what I said. We pretend to know what we know about life, But in reality, nobody knows. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. You don't know anything about life.
I know one thing.
What? I don't know why.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I'll cut that.
Bitches are shit, though.
Are they? Is a bitch a bitch?
Yes, a bitch is a bitch. When was the last time you heard a 2-sentence horror story?
It's been a minute. I wrote one.
Would you like to? I don't care. Would you like to?
Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. Tell me your story.
It's not my story. It's
Whatever.
a story I heard.
I'll
Are you
listen.
hurt?
No.
Devin, are you hurt?
No, tell your story. I want to hear it. I'm curious. I'm like, I fucking heard that story. It's cool.
I used a time machine to watch the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. My blood ran cold when he said, "You're not supposed to be here," in perfect English.
Sorry, I'm just letting that one sit.
No, you.
Wait, hold on. Let me just.
I just deleted the picture. Don't make me.
Let it sit, okay? Why is that a horror story?
You're not sitting then. Think you're not sitting then.
I don't understand why that's a horror story. Because if he went to go watch the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and it was actually happening, and Jesus was a real person, of course he would be able to see the fucking time traveler. He's the child of God. He would be like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" That makes sense. It's not a horror story.
It's a horror story.
In what regard?
He said it in perfect English, Devin.
He's the child of God. He can heal sick people. If he spoke English, that would be normal. I don't care if he speaks Hebrew all day long. If it's the child of God, he could speak whatever language he wants. He turned water into wine. He spoke English. That's like a normal thing for him.
So yeah, it's not a horror story, but it kind of is.
It's cool. That's a cool story.
It's a cool story.
It definitely made me sit here and think for a second. But a horror story, like there are some fucked up 2-sentence horror stories that. Now I'm gonna have to pull it up. Okay, do a quick pause.
Okay. A B C. Now I know my ABCs.
He really sang the whole song while I
Next
was
time,
looking.
would you sing with me?
The ABCs are so fucking creepy,
Wow.
especially when you're all sing with me. It's just like it fits perfectly in a horror movie. Okay, but look, here's one. This is one that I read a while ago that really like fucked me up when I read it. Well, no, not fucked me up, but like I was like, whoa. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream, but as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door open. That one's pretty cool.
But that was not 2 sentences.
No, it was. It's just long sentences.
What the fuck? That's bullshit. No. That's
Being
not scary.
buried.
That was not scary. That's
Shut
stupid.
up. Shut the fuck up.
You
okay?
shut the fuck up.
Being buried alive was bad enough. Realizing I wasn't alone in my own grave was worse.
What? He was next to a ladybug or something?
I
Fucking
don't know.
idiot.
Maybe another person, a dead body. I kept hearing a strange giggle coming from my TV, regardless of what channel or volume it was on. I never thought to check behind the TV.
Okay, he deserves to die. That fucking idiot. He deserves to die. That's it?
Wait, hold on. I see a couple here. I'm just trying to...
Those horror stories are fucking ass compared to the one I just said. Those are cliche.
There was one about a time machine that was really cool.
Are you going to read yours?
No, it's a stupid one.
What?
It's a joke one. And I'd have to find it.
Oh.
Sorry, these pictures are really fucking cool.
Stop it.
Okay, wait, look
we
it,
have a show.
Oh, sorry. My daughter won't stop screaming and crying in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help.
See, that one's good.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
My sister always says that mommy killed her. Mommy says that I don't have a sister.
She got an abortion.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Well, yeah, but that's just dark. To see your aborted sibling talking to you. I wore a face mask in public my entire life. I just love the feeling of skin on skin. That one's kind of stupid.
That one's deep.
That one's kind of stupid.
That one is deep.
There is a picture on my phone of me sleeping. I live alone.
Okay.
That kind of sticks with you because you're like, who the fuck's taking pictures of me?
No, and I'm just like, oh, I have an admirer. Nice.
The grinning face stared at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window, but I live on the 14th floor. Okay, one more. God, they're reposting some of these on this fucking way down here.
Are you on Reddit?
No, they're pulled from Reddit, but I think it's BuzzFeed. Ah, that one's fucking stupid. Okay, whatever. There are some really creepy ones, and there's this video on YouTube I really like where this guy animated them. That one's fucking creepy. There's one, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but a girl heard her mom call out her name from downstairs.
Oh, and then
as she starts walking to it, her mom
pulls her in. She's like, I heard it too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's weird because it reminds me of that doppelganger thing we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the animation, it turns into like a shape-shifting monster that destroys the house and kills her mom in front of her. But like leaving it to your imagination, what could that have been? You know? What could it have been?
I'll just wake up.
I don't fucking know. But I think we're getting to a point now where we're shit.
No,
What?
One
What
more.
Okay, what is it? What?
You know who Baba Vanga is?
Who?
Baba Vanga.
No.
So it's this woman. She's like another version of Nostradamus.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently she predicted COVID-19 and the whole pandemic, and
So did that time traveler, and nobody's giving him any credit.
yeah, fuck him. But she predicted that 2023 is going to be the worst year ever. And she said that there's going to be an alien invasion in June that's going to leave only 10,000 people alive.
10,000 people.
Yeah. And if that shit does come true, it looks like it is.
Oh yeah, I mean we have the aliens coming in.
Yeah, they're not aliens; they're just UFOs. But like, they by the whole, with everything that's going on, it looks like she's.
Yeah, but what she didn't count on was the Moon Man podcast talking about it for weeks.
I forgot to bring that up. She even said there will be two males, with microphones. I don't know how the fuck she knew there was microphones. With why are you grinning?
Because in her prophecy, she saw two heroes on the battlefield with an army of kangaroos behind them, taking on
Devin,
the alien invasion.
Devin, I will not be in that fucking crowd.
You wouldn't help fight. Okay, but it
No.
ties back into the Cthulhu thing when we were like, if you see an alien, you shoot that motherfucker. That's serious. If we get invaded by aliens this June, I want all you guys to be pulling up weapons on deck and find any kangaroo you can find and bring them.
I'll just go underground.
What? Where are you gonna go? There's no undergrounds here. You're gonna go to Colossal Cave? That's actually a good idea.
I'll just dig a hole.
Have a good luck. But if aliens do invade, I'm gonna take my family. We're gonna go to Colossal Cave. Never mind. I'm not fighting. You guys deal with that shit. We're gonna hide in the cave.
I'm gonna be
system.
one of the 10,000 who are still alive.
Yeah, fuck yeah. We know 10,000 people are gonna stay alive. So start making plans now, people.
That's like 98% of the fucking population.
That's like 98%. Start making plans.
8 billion to 10,000. Holy fuck! That's.
If you want to be one of those 10,000, you better start making some goddamn plans, or you're just gonna be another name on a plaque that people are gonna walk by and birds are gonna shit on. I saw a video of a guy who was walking by his car, and there's like 3 cars parked on the side of the road, and his car was the only car with bird shit on it. Right? They were all parked there for the same amount of time. He's all, nah, this is bullshit. These birds planned this shit. He's all, this was an organized attack. And his whole car was full of bird shit, and it's just so fucking funny to me. Anyways,
there's this one time some guy was telling me that during New Year's, a bullet landed straight in his trunk, and
hold on, Doug is going mad out there again.
He's far though.
Fucking Doug. Okay, go ahead.
And out of the thousands of cars that were in the neighborhood, the bullet decided to land on his car.
That fucking sucks.
Just like that bird shitting on Bork.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
there was like 6 or 8 of us in that table, but that bird decided to shit on Bork.
It was funny. One of our friends at school, we were all hanging out in the morning before class started. We were all hanging out under this tree. There's a good like 6 or 8 of us standing there. I was actually standing right next to Borges, our friend Borges, and out of nowhere, a bird that was in the tree that none of us saw just shit all over Borges. It just dropped a mean ass
It was on his
deuce.
shorts.
It dropped onto his shoulder and onto his shorts. And I was standing right next to the motherfucker, so I went, whoa! Thank God that wasn't me. But like, how? That was.
What are the fucking odds of that, though?
That bird had something out for Bork. They're like, fuck this fucking guy.
Wait, didn't Bork used to chase birds?
Yeah.
He probably chased that bird in his neighborhood, and the bird tracked him down.
No, he used to chase him at school. He would see a bird. He's like, hold up. And we're like, what are you doing? He's like, I get this motherfucker. And he would start chasing
Exactly. So that bird had that bird shit on him because he had a vendetta because he was chasing him.
Remember the 5th of November when you chased me and my flock away from the stock.
How the fuck do you remember that rhyme?
No, I just came up with the bird part.
No.
But
Oh, well, the first part. I
Yeah,
completely forgot about that rhyme.
remember the 5th of November.
Nothing happened on the 5th of November, though.
Never mind. We're not getting into that. We're not doing history right now. We touched on all the subjects we normally touch on.
We didn't touch on wrestling.
Wait, we didn't touch on one thing.
Ourselves.
Album of the day.
Ooh,
We'll
that's
close
true.
off the show with album of the day.
Okay.
Make sure it's good.
Let's just say. I need a moment because I completely forgot about album of the day. Do you have one?
Yeah, I got one. I could go first while you think.
No, because I want to make this part out of a TikTok. So in my mind, I have you saying your album, and then me having my album, and then you explain, and then I explain.
Okay. So.
But I need to choose an album.
Okay.
So give me a moment.
All right. A B C D E F G. Wait, what? E F G? Did I fuck up the ABC?
Devin, did you just fuck up the ABC?
A B C D E F G.
G.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
it just sounded weird to me. A B C D E F G H I J. Doesn't it sound weird? Am I saying it weird? J K L M N O P.
Have you heard the new ABCs?
Yeah, we talked about this. You're
We
running
did?
out of topics. Q R S T U V W X. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lie. I hope
Okay, I
somebody's
got
listening to this at
it.
night,
I got it.
and then they think of Freddy Krueger before they go to sleep.
I was thinking of Freddy Krueger.
Okay, go ahead.
I said you go first.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay, my album is Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry.
And then my album is
God
Glory-
damn it!
Glory Sound Prep by John Bellion.
Oh, okay. So my album is a hip hop album from
Again?
Denzel Curry.
Again.
Yeah. That's my main genre. I promise I'll have something different next week. But yeah, this week, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. One of the best albums to come out last year. I was in love with it when it came out, but recently it's just been stuck in my head. All the songs are like bangers, especially Walking and Melt Session 1. Oof, those ones are really good. Go listen to the album.
And then I chose my album because I was looking at the fucking final.
Really?
Right there.
You have a cheat code right here and you still
Yeah.
struggle.
Well,
I don't have any of my albums on me.
So?
Okay, whatever. Well, okay, I guess that brings us to the end of the show.
2 hours.
God damn it. I said we were going to do a short episode
Yeah,
today.
but then we had a 50-minute debate about the whole thing, and we had to just...
I didn't even get to touch upon my existential crisis, and you told me to save it for the show.
I thought that was a part of it. I thought the
No,
whole spell,
I thought about transitioning into it, but it's whatever. I hope you all really enjoyed today's episode. I know it was
I hope
more
you
of a
didn't. I
debate.
hope you fucking hate this episode.
Well, if you hated it or if you liked it, thank you for making it to this part of the show. We really appreciate you giving us 2 hours of your time. And even if you listen to this over the course of a day or 2 days,
Or a week.
or a week,
Or
thank you.
Or you don't finish it.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all you. And I hope you beautiful people have a great rest of your day. See you next week.
This concludes the Moon Men podcast. The end.